Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youth and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery? Why they whitewash our history? Keep dividing is their plan. All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is the Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, Tuesday. I always receive a whole bunch of anger when I accuse my former Republican colleagues of being members of a cult, of being cultists. I always get a bunch of anger from my former right-wing media colleagues when I say the same, when I say that they are members of a cult. They're cultists. They're in a cult. And I got to tell you, my former colleagues just hate when I say that. It often leads to interesting conversations. And I'll tell you what, some fascinating studies can and should be done as to why my former colleagues take such umbrage when I call them members of a cult. But I call them that. And again, as is my MO, I do my damnedest not to call Trump voters that, because I used to be a Trump voter. I don't always hold to that rule, but I try my best. But when it comes to my former congressional colleagues, these Republican members of Congress, and all these conservative right-wing talk radio guys and Fox News guys, the world I used to be a part of, man, I'll call them members of a cult till the cows come home. And I always tell them, I always respond with, if you don't like me calling you a cultist, if you don't like it when I call you a cult follower of Donald Trump, then don't act like one. Don't act like one. Like when the Supreme Court rules that his emergency tariffs were unconstitutional, and they were, don't stand up and defend him. Defend the Constitution. And if you do that, if you've done that, I tell my former colleagues, well, that's a good thing to do. And there's some evidence maybe that you're not a member of a cult. But when you stand up like Trump did and say, screw the Supreme Court, screw the Constitution on these tariffs, I stand with him. Oh, it's just so easy for me to point the "you are a cult member" finger at you. Look, this is and again, books will be written about this. I'm not a young man, and the first election I voted in was 1980. I adored Ronald Reagan. I what we've got now in this Republican Party, man, we didn't come close to back then. Republicans could criticize Trump. Republicans could criticize Reagan. Republicans could criticize Reagan. Republicans could publicly disagree with Reagan on issues. Republicans could side with Democrats on certain issues, side against Reagan on certain issues. Same thing with George H.W. Bush. Same thing with George W. Bush. Same thing with every Republican in my lifetime except this president. You want to stay a Republican? You want to be a Republican in good standing? You want to get elected as a Republican? You want to win that Republican primary? You want to keep your conservative talk radio host? You want to keep going on Fox News 2-3 times a week? Well, then you got to get down on your knees and you got to bow undevoted adoration to him. You can never criticize him. You can never go crossways with him. You can never oppose him. You can never stand against him, no matter what. And for those of you younger than me, we've never seen this before. This is why so many people call the Republican Party a cult. This is why. We've never been here. Like before Trump, it was always about, as a Republican, it was always about where you stood on the issues. That kind of defined what kind of Republican you were, where you stood on the issues. I was a Tea Party, crazy conservative Republican because of where I stood on the issues. But since Trump, issues be damned. It's all about now where you stand on Trump. You with him, you get him. You with him, you against him. That's it. That's the only criteria. And it's been this way for 10 years. That's the only criteria to determine if you are a Republican in good standing, if you stand with him. If you oppose him, doesn't matter where you stand on any damn issue, you're gone. If you oppose him, you'll never win a Republican primary. If you oppose him, man, even if you don't hug him hard enough, you're no longer a relevant Republican at all. We've never, ever, ever had this before. His State of the Union is tonight. I'm not watching. You shouldn't watch. Why watch? It's going to be an hour and 30 minutes of lie after lie after lie after lie. Don't watch. Ignore him. Read about it. Read about what he said. Watch the post-game analysis. Sure, all of that.